Welcome to the latest ITESOFT Insider View. My name is Nick Dunnett and I'm the Managing Director for ITESOFT in the UK, and I've been with the organisation for just over 10 years now. I'm delighted to welcome along Jamie from VAT IT, who's one of our partners. Jamie, do you want to just explain a little bit about yourself and your background to get us going?
Of course. I've been with VAT IT for 2 years now, based in our London head office. My background, I spent 5.5 years, wonderful years at BDO, based in Baker Street, learning my trade through the accountancy profession, and then worked my way into industry, into the quirky and exciting indirect tax field with a passion for helping clients and VAT. So that's my background. Just in terms of our company background, we've been around since the year 2000. We had two founders that started based in South Africa, driving around in an old banger. It was an old Toyota Conquest, around literally researching, finding entrepreneurial solutions for clients in the largely unknown area of VAT reclaim. And essentially our business was grown out of finding solutions for client, and now we've built it from those humble beginnings into a large entrepreneurial global business. We have 46 branches worldwide, speak 53 different languages, and have relationships with tax offices all over the world, with branches from Virginia and New York, if you're going left to right on a world that's not straight, all the way over to Sydney, on the other side of that flat world. So that's essentially us, with 13,000 clients that we're helping to service and continually growing as we reach out to be able to help more clients that are unaware, largely unaware in places of this field.
Okay. And so what is it that you're offering to your customers that's unique in the way you're doing it?
Absolutely. So for us, we have this unique blend of humans and technology. So essentially they're mechanisms within law, EU law, that allow you to reclaim VAT, and companies don't have the knowledge. It's administratively very heavy. There's language barriers, there's different legislation in each country. We overcome all those barriers and deal with it end to end for the clients, and then just charge a contingency fee. So what that means for our clients is there's absolutely no cost that you've got to build in to a budget up front. It's pure recovery at the end if you're not recovering the VAT. So there's no upfront costs, no hidden costs. It's pure cash back to the business, when essentially a lot of companies are just expensing that VAT on those foreign transactions at the moment. The other thing we like to see ourselves as with the international tax landscape is a lot of our clients have come to us because essentially they're dealing with a truly global business on their side, where they can't maneuver through one point of contact, the international landscape. So they're having to deal with a network that they're building themselves of 10 to 20 different accountants and advisors around the world, where actually through us you have one dedicated account manager. We coordinate your operations with our network of branches, our relationships with tax offices worldwide, and assist with visibility in the reporting, so that you, our clients, essentially have that ease of service, using technology, but also with those smart people there to help support, educate, and add value to your business.
Okay, all right, brilliant. And I guess the amount of money that people can reclaim is highly variable. Have you got some examples?
Absolutely. So it's variable in terms of, it depends on the client. We help businesses from small and medium-sized business right up to large enterprise, and sometimes the recovery on your service works. You have sort of goods and service-based can be employee heavy. So the more employees, the more opportunity there are. But if you have less employees that are going abroad for a long period of time and are sort of higher level employees, the value can still be very good. And with goods, it's not necessarily an employee play, it's the movement of goods and transactions within that international landscape that pick up foreign VAT, whether correctly or incorrectly, where we essentially assist our clients make sure that they're doing things compliantly and that they're recovering what they can compliantly.
Okay, brilliant. So let me just give a little bit about ITESOFT as well, so that your customers and people listening to this for the first time know a bit more about us. Historically quite similar in the way that we were founded. Again, entrepreneurial, single individual in our case, based in the south of France, just near Montpellier, and he was looking at his own office, and in the corner he'd got a shoebox full of everything that was helping him run his small consultancy at the time in IT. He'd got employee contracts, he'd got supplier invoices, he'd got customer contracts, he'd got expense claims, you name it, it's in there. And he looked at it and he just went, there has to be a way of digitalising this and supporting the business processes that go with it. And out of that, some 30 years ago, the journey that ITESOFT has been on to deliver that for organisations was born. And so that's what we're about as an organisation. And so, for us, it's about understanding that our customers' world is incredibly complex and changing all the time, with more information being thrown at them, more documents coming towards them, and supporting them in that way. Having more people involved in the processes that need to change and evolve as the world moves faster and faster, so the process needs to change as organisations need to speed up to keep up with what's happening. And then on top of all of that, there's government legislation, there's compliance requirements, there's detection of fraud and prevention of fraud. So helping customers in all three of those areas is absolutely critical to us. And we ensure and want to make sure that we deliver business digital transformation for our organisations that enables them to operate in a smarter, faster and safer way to do that. And that's absolutely critical. By being smarter, by using the AI, the technology that we've built and developed for them, they're able to see returns and improvements of up to a factor of 10 in what they're able to generate by using a business process engine that is recognised by Gartner. We're able to ensure that ability to adapt and evolve with processes can happen. And by using some unique fraud detection elements to this, we can look at the documents. We know that documents are the basis for some 85% of all fraud that happens in a business environment, and so we're able to look at the graphometry changes that may have happened to those original documents by people editing them in like Photoshop and things like that to manipulate those documents, so we can notify people, and we can do that in advance of anything happening, because the worst thing from a fraud prevention is paying out the money and then having to try and claim it back. If you can stop it before it's happened, that's the best possible thing for everything.
I think the beauty in what you said around the digitisation and that you have technology set up to essentially make that process more efficient. We have a custom built technology for a VAT reclaim setting with, as you said, the complexities of the legislation. There's different rules in different countries. That's built into our rules engine, and using the OCR technology to be able to efficiently scale, to be able to read thousands of invoices, is just an absolutely massive pool that's going to save so much time, so much cost, so much administrative burden, where people can be doing value-added tasks, and there's really good synergies in what we do.
That, absolutely, and our AP solution is enabling our customers to, we're able to guarantee using this robotics a level of at least 85% for their throughput from this, and actually the majority of our customers are seeing well over 90% in what they're able to achieve. And this means that we're getting that there. We're getting turning a piece of paper or an email received invoice into something that's a digital document that's being stored in a legally compliant way to enable organisations to process that more quickly, more efficiently, see those 10 times savings, get the invoices to a position where they're ready to pay them quicker, enables them to start looking at more easily, well, what were the VAT implications of this?
And then us coming in and compliantly in line with the legislation, providing that claim where essentially ultimately our fee is determined on the tax office giving us the funds back, and therefore for us to have a successful claim, it has for us to get a refund for you and therefore for ourselves, has to be compliant. And that compliance point in an international landscape it's a difficult one to manoeuvre, where we can help our clients.
Definitely. And I think the key synergy between what we're both offering here is this ability to give customers either indirect money back through improvements in performance, or direct money back in terms of reclaimed VAT, but all of that goes directly to the bottom line for our customers and to their businesses. And so the synergy is that obviously if you get the invoice through the process more quickly, you can make that reclaim more quickly, which means there isn't a delay in that. It reduces the delay. There's always a delay, it's going to the government, but it's going to help reduce that delay as much as possible and mean that companies aren't sitting there waiting for 2 or 3 years to be able to get this money back, it can happen much more quickly.
And that's just in the time factor.
Yeah.
A lot of companies will say, well, it's not in our project plan for this year, or we don't have the budget for it. And what I urge those companies to do is to actually say, well, if you deal with this now, this is going to save you loads of time with your current processes, so just do it now. And at the same time, when you're implementing something like ITESOFT, essentially by engaging with our services in partnership together, essentially we can help fund the implementation as a return on investment of your product. And therefore there's no reason, and actually not even a requirement, for you to have it factored into budget to say, wait, let's not be scared of change, let's not wait, let's just go ahead with this and let's use these partners that we trust to assist our business.
Exactly that. Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you, Jamie, for that introduction to VAT IT.
Thank you.
Thank you to you for joining us on this episode of the ITESOFT Insider View. We look forward to joining you next time. We're going to continue some of these discussions and look at some specific examples of industry sectors where there's been some benefit, and we can describe that, talk through some of the implications of that. Hopefully you'll be able to join us on that one too. We look forward to seeing you then.